James, do me a favor. Yeah. Put this in my armpits and run it down. Mira, por aquí, and just run it down. Dale. Oh, it's my G spot.
That's it. Is that what you usually have every day?
Bacon, egg, and cheese? No. Mm-hmm. Mix it up.
Sometimes he has a ham, egg, and cheese.
Sometimes a ham, egg, and cheese. Check it. Testing. Testing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yo, yeah. You already know. It's all about time, baby. All about time.
It's time, baby.
Ask yourself where you want to be when there's no one there.
Damn.
You show what your time is worth.
Of course.
Let them know. Let them know. Time is of the essence. They're more than their lessons, they're blessings. Open up your eyes and learn from your lessons. Time is of the essence. They're more than their lessons, they're blessings. Open up your eyes and learn from your lessons. Time is of the essence. They're more than their lessons, they're blessings. Open up your eyes and learn from your lessons. Time is of the essence. They're more than their lessons, they're blessings. Open up your eyes and learn from your lessons. As I sit back and think all the time.
Was that you guys that you were just playing just now?
Yes.
What are you guys called again?
The BLKLYST.
The BLKLYST.
Should close that door. It's chilly.
Eric Aleman is the owner of King of Kings Barbershop in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I've been going to him for a couple of years. The barbers has always been a little tricky for me. I find it super intimate to let another man just rummage around on my head and engage in conversation and then send me back out into the world grieving. Because no matter how good the barber is, I think there's always a little bit of a grieving process after you get your hair cut. I'm not talking about a bad haircut. Eric is great. I mean, I've been going there for a couple of years and he does amazing work. But just anytime I get my hair cut, there's loss involved, you know? Thousands of little amputations you have to come to terms with. I think they're right about Samson, you know. There really is something. There's strength in hair. And that might be a stretch. But I don't know if people think of it that way, but I do. And I don't know, Eric, he like a lot of good barbers, he's able to just step in and out of conversation. Like if you need to, you know, if you want to talk, if you don't want to talk. And he'll just, you know, keep working on your hair. And that's kind of why I like him. And also there's another thing, too. I'm white. If you can't hear it in my voice. And this barbershop, Eric's Honduran. And I don't know, it's out of my comfort zone, I guess. I'm not, you know, I'm a gentrifier, I feel like, a little bit. Eric doesn't make me feel that way, but just being in that hood and just not being from New York and it's a place I want to fit in, if that makes sense, you know? I want to fit in with men in general, but I would like to be a guy that's able to just hang out at a barbershop. I think that's what I aspire to. So part of me going there is like, that's kind of, I want to be barbershop guy material. He's not only a super solid barber, he's also a talented lyricist, hip-hop artist, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. He's a founding member of this group BLKLYST. It's BLKLYST. If you want to check them out, I think they're playing at Littlefields here soon, or online. They're on YouTube and all that. If you listen real close here, you can hear him shaving my neck at one point. It's pretty hard to talk with a knife to your neck, but I did my best. But yeah, here we go.
Akhalan o sakhalan? Akhalan o sakhalan? Not baklava.
Can I put this over me?
Yes. I'll show you the ways of love.
All right. It always cracks me up with the ashtray. I forgot about that. Those days.
The good old days.
Yeah. Would you let somebody smoke in here if they were like a high roller?
After hours, anybody.
Yeah.
James, what was that? That sound. Your butt cough?
It's a duck.
You went quack. Yeah. Sound like you sat on a duck.
Freaking duck.
Get your mouth.
Yeah, these are my duck.
Did you see about that crane? You get to see that?
Yeah, man,
It's
that's
insane.
crazy.
Things are huge. It took up like 2 blocks or something.
I can't believe. I mean, it only killed one person.
That's
It's a
nuts.
surprise.
Well, they closed up the street. That's what it was before it fell.
Oh, they knew it was coming down?
No, but they had to move it. Every time they move it, they take precaution. They close up the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I just saw like that shot from the guy's office of it coming down. But I bet that was loud.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he was working like 2 blocks away from that. He told me it sounded like a huge explosion.
Yeah.
I hear there was a guy that he got pinned, that the crane hit the car itself while he was in it. It was like inches away from like crushing. Like he was but he was still stuck.
Yeah. Damn.
Is you recording now?
Yep.
So you got one on yourself. This is a cool setup.
Yeah.
Very like simple and mobile. What made you like start doing this? What made you?
I used to work in radio, and I kind of wanted to have my own little show, and that's kind of what I'm doing.
I want to do something here too. I want to interview like local rap artists and stuff like that.
Yeah. You don't get nervous, though. You said that. You don't get nervous.
No,
I'm jealous.
I enjoy it. I love it.
I love it, too,
It's
actually.
like, I don't get nervous. I get like this. It's a weird feeling. I get like, it's for me. I get calm. It calms me down. But I get like this adrenaline as well. But when I stare at the people, I get calm. It's like looking at the ocean or something. So that's cool. Helps. But before even like stepping on the stage or whatever, I feel like I'm gonna fight somebody or something. I get like this adrenaline, and then I calm down once I like just look.
Yeah, that's how
People
I am,
there.
too. Once I'm up there, it's the part after. It's the right after, right before.
Yeah. Or you get nervous afterwards?
Yeah,
Cause
actually.
then you come off and everybody's looking at you and stuff after your material and stuff.
Well, because you got to shake hands with people sometimes, and people say weird shit. And
You ever like have a shaky hand when you gave him a handshake, like, you know? or clammy and shit?
you know what I'll get sometimes like, "Are you okay, man? Is everything gonna be all right?" And they don't get like it's kind of the whole act. I get advice. I get a lot of advice from people, which I don't
After
like.
you act?
Yeah,
Or because of stuff you say?
yeah.
That's fine. Like, give me an example of something. If you have one.
Like, are you seeing a therapist? That kind of stuff.
Shit.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, like the part on stage I like, but the right before and right after I don't like that much. Music's different though, right?
I guess, yeah.
Maybe.
You need to sharpen that part up. So you find yourself doing a lot of these interviews, or
Yeah. I mean,
so you just speak naturally and then just edit afterwards, or what? do you
yeah,
do?
yeah. I cut the hell out of it. I get nervous doing that too. As you can tell, like I clam up as soon as I put a mic on, and then I get better after a while. But it's weird. I forgot. I think getting my hair cut is like a trauma. Like I think it freaks me out
It freaks you out?
a little bit.
Getting a haircut?
Yeah.
Oh, when the blade comes
I
out?
think that's kind of It's
Oh
like
man, I'm gonna start shaking my head on purpose just because you said that.
it's not that. It's like I don't know. It's like it's real intimate cutting hair.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, definite. I think it is. I think that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? Like it's right, James. Like this time you cut somebody. Like what I love the most is like this. Like you get to know somebody long enough, right? Like there's been times I will cut a guy's hair, when he's about to meet a girl. This happened to me before. When he's about to meet a girl, right? Then the next haircut, you know, you catch up. It's like watching TV, and it's like, they're getting along. And then months later, a year after, 2 years later, they're getting married. Then they're getting the haircut. They're getting the haircut for the proposal, for the, for the wedding itself. You know, and then it's just it's like you get to know these people, like a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But then it comes with the bad too. Sometimes you hear like horrible stories.
Yeah. One thing you're good at is like how much to talk and how much not to talk. I always thought.
Yeah, sometimes it's
like you
just
strike
gotta
a good balance.
Quiet. Yeah, you gotta sometimes just stay quiet. Honestly, sometimes it's like times like I was telling you, I was going through my own thing, and it's times like it's hard to shake that part. I hate those days, like when I don't want to speak at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it rubs off, and I know people can pick up on it because usually I like to spark conversation.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I'm not into it, and I'm just like I get so pissed at myself afterwards. I gotta keep that out of work, but it's tough. It's tough to keep that part out of work when part of your work is to be personal.
Yeah.
Cutting like mid-ear?
Yeah.
Sideburns?
Yeah. Yeah, I have days like that when I'm doing shows where I can just feel it coming off me. Like the audience can tell that you're not. Like sometimes I work.
Like, hey guys, and you start like
I kind of work that into my act, but there's certain days where I just no matter what I say, I'm just translating like a bad energy or something, and you can't. Yeah, and you feel terrible.
You can't shake it off.
You can't turn it around. I mean, the best is when you can turn it around, but.
So you ever had a horrible barber story? If it's me, don't say it.
No. You think I come back and record you? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Well, I had this one barber who was also a comedian, and he kept running jokes on me, and I didn't like him. And
in the shop?
Yeah, and that was awkward, because it's like your hair, it translates into the haircut, you know what I mean? You can't be too, I can't sit here and be an asshole to you. I mean, it's going to affect your performance, don't you think? A little bit? Mm-hmm. You're going to dig in. Have you ever done that?
You know what? Like somebody's hair up?
Because they were a dick?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Eric just covered the microphone.
You know what? When I first started cutting hair, this is like, I was super young here at this time. I didn't know how to cut yet. This when I was like my brother bought me these sets of clippers when I was like 13. And I had this neighbor of mine. We were all poor growing up. We got a haircut like once a year type of thing. We were like all woofed out. And I would tell him, I was like, I think I could do it. I think I could cut your hair. Let me try. Oh my Lord. It was, to this day we joke about it. And it was so horrible. Horrible. Bad job. So that's like pretty much the only bad story I had.
That's the first one? And then you got better?
Yeah, and then it was just trial and error. Then it was just, that's how that's how it was. We pulled the extension cord out in the hallway.
Yeah.
And, just young kids hanging out. I was like 15 now, hanging out, drinking, doing other stuff and just hanging out in the hallway. And also rapping. Like, that's what we would do. Like, that's how, we'll sharpen up the skills, freestyling in the hallway and cutting hair as well. That's when New York was New York. The fire escape, the rooftop parties, all that. So.
Yeah. I wasn't here for that. I feel like I'm part of the problem.
Nah.
I can tell. It's coming off me.
It's rubbing off.
Like in my neighborhood, I feel it. Like I'm honestly one of the, I walk for 5 minutes and you won't see another white guy. and I feel people looking at me like it's my fault. Like you know what I mean? I can tell they're mad at me. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just got an apartment. And I don't know. I like to get along with people, but you can feel it, you know? I mean, there's like a tension.
Honestly, it's like it's gonna happen. Like change is gonna come. Is all that. The only thing I would say bothers me, honestly, is I feel like it comes in waves. When it gets, when a place gets gentrified.
Yeah.
The first wave is always a cool wave. It's always like artists. It's always like young college kids. So they're moving into a neighborhood. They're excited. That they want to. They become part of the community. But then you get your second wave, third wave, fourth wave. Now it's like. Now those are the ones that they get pissed at you for saying good morning to them or something.
Yeah.
You shouldn't speak to them or something.
Right.
Those are the ones that.
Huh.
That's right. And.
See you, Eric.
Hey, how we going? So you gotta say hi, right?
All right.
I never thought about that. Yeah, that there's a wave.
Coexisting, man. I don't care, man. Honestly, I don't want it back to how it was back in the 90s. I got kids. I don't want that.
What was it like?
It was
Here
tough,
in Sunset Park?
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was very territorial. You had to stay on your block, It was like, it was stupid. It was what it was. We were just so territorial, so defensive for nothing. A street corner, like over a street corner, like. I've seen street corners like just ruin lives, just people stuck in it.
Yeah.
You would think it's like it's sad,
Street corners ruin lives.
Yeah. And it's hard to fathom me, but it was a reality. Those years it was crazy.
No, that makes sense. I get that.
It was so territorial. Like a guy that would live on, for instance, I grew up on 39th and 5th, right? Mm-hmm. And if you saw some guy from a different block on the same neighborhood, but you saw, everybody knew, you pretty much knew where the guys were from. You saw them. It was always little cliques. Like you'll get the guys from 41st and 5th. From 41st and 4th, 61st and 5th, 46th, between 5th and 6th. Those different blocks that had that crews, little cliques. And if you saw a certain guy from like another block, it was like a show. It was like almost like a guaranteed problem. It was just so.
You never went and visited somebody else's.
Yeah, but you needed to have like mutual friends.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a mutual friend, let's say on certain blocks, I would go.
Yeah.
Because then they'll see you. Like you go basically underneath that person's umbrella type of thing.
Right. They like vouch for you.
Yeah, and it was like that vice versa as well. Like sometimes like some guy from another block would come hang out on our block because of a mutual friend, and it was cool.
What do you think that's about? Like the territory thing.
I think it stems from poverty. It stems from that. It stems from because then. Because at times that's all you have. Like, nobody I grew up with had, like, it was like their mom was all working, so it was just like you went outside.
Yeah.
There was no Facebook. It was like the place where you rendezvous was the hallway. So if you showed up, you knew just all you had to do was wait there and somebody else is going to log on. Like, somebody else is going to show up. Kid, you grew up with like 20, 30 kids, your same age, same struggle. So it brings unity. And at that, it forms like a tight knit, and if you become territorial and protective over it, the only thing you can, you feel like you have grasp on. So I think that's what I think it stems from poverty. And then from the poverty came like the drugs and people selling drugs, and then as we got older it became about that. It was like money. There was less problems like that.
That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, I'll take the Vespas over that any day.
Yeah.
But this it's a double-edged sword. It's sad because like let's say for instance you want to go visit home. There's a place you can actually go and visit, right? You can go back home.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much it's the same as when you left it. For me, is home is a memory. I gotta, whenever I bump into old friends, we reminisce because it's. The street corner, look now where I grew up, they planted trees. They planted trees. There's a restaurant outside. People, drinking a cup of coffee outside. We didn't get that before.
Where was
So
that?
It's nice. It's right there on 39th and 5th where the Maria's Bistro is. Right there. I miss the good things of that era though. I do miss like, you know, the block parties, you know, cracking open a fire hydrant. I miss stuff like that.
They don't do that anymore?
Nah, not around here. You have to go like other neighborhoods. Like I still see it like in the Bronx a lot. That's cool. I love seeing that. You don't see it anymore. I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think that's gentrification. I think that's just like technology. Mm-hmm. That right there is like, because let's say even if there was no gentrification here, I don't think you would see kids playing outside regardless. You know?
Yeah, the kids don't play outside anymore.
Well,
I used to climb trees. That was my thing. Like, suicidally. I would climb trees as high as I could go.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, really crazy high looking back.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know, man.
You found peace up
I
there?
was a daredevil, yeah. Yeah.
Or was it something like you enjoyed when everybody mentioned it? Like, yeah, he climbed all the way to the
Yeah,
top.
I think that, too. But
So
I did
you didn't have any brothers?
No, I did. I had
You
an
did?
older brother. He was 6 years older than me.
6 years.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of I have, how many brothers I got? I got 3 brothers from same mother and father, and a younger sister. So there were 5 of us growing up. I have other like half-less siblings as well,
Yeah.
but I didn't really grow up with them.
What's your job like in the family?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Everyone's got like a role.
Where do I fall? It's funny. Like my position in my family is real weird. Like I was always like the clown of the family. I'm always like making them laugh, you know.
Right.
But at the same time, like I would say like I'm the bridge, I guess, in a sense. Like they all like they would come to me, I guess, and just, you know, I'll talk to each of them. It's weird. It's weird.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I guess like certain brothers won't talk as much, but then they'll come to me and talk, and I'll, you know, bridge. Nah, it's just.
So
a
are
weird
you
relationship.
expected to then like kind of relay that message to so and so, like if one brother?
A lot of times, yeah, a lot of times.
That can get stressful
It's super stressful.
because they kind of put all their shit on you, and you gotta like, even though it's not about you, but you gotta like, yeah, I get that. I'm doing that now.
But then my
I'm
oldest,
38 and they're
You're
doing that now. But I didn't used to be like that.
And my oldest brother he was always like, because, you know, he was like the one that was, when because my mom had to work all day. She was never like, you know, she was like, you know, my pops wasn't around, so she worked. So my brother was always like, it's weird. It was like a father figure, I guess, but he was like so young. Like he just got us by a few years. So his role was like, it must have been stressful, I think, for him growing up, because, you know, he had to man up like quick.
Yeah. What'd your mom do?
What she does now?
Yeah.
They have a car. Her and her husband has a car service in Park Slope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what she was doing then?
Back then, no. She was when I was what was she doing? She was working in a factory right here in Industry City. Mm-hmm. Back then, when it was like a straight up like sweatshop type shit, you know. And that's why I'm telling you, it's so funny. Like I go to certain events there now, and I find it like funny, man, because like now you have all these venues there, these art galleries and a whole bunch of stuff going on there, you know, Mr. Sunday and all that. And it's funny, I used to go there like,
what's Mr. Sunday?
Mr. Sunday is like this DJ thing that they do there on Sundays.
Oh, I thought I was thinking it's like an ice cream place.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first when I first heard that. And it's just funny because we used to go down there, because I grew up like just over here a few blocks over, so there was times we used to have to go over there, pick up like pizza money from my mom, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll go like to her job in the sweatshop that, you know, it was nuts. But those buildings look abandoned back then, so we would just play manhunt. You know, we'll go to the rooftop, throw rocks at the goannas, you know.
Dude, I remember throwing rocks. There was a lot of rock throwing when I was a kid.
A lot of rock throwing.
In fact, I got in trouble by one of the. Did you guys? We had like what do they call them? Like safety patrol people who like crossing guards. It was like kids who would volunteer to help the other kids cross the street. It's weird. But that kid, I ratted me out for throwing rocks at a bus, I remember. Redhead kid.
Redhead kid.
It's different, you know. I mean, I grew up in a town called Normal, Illinois. And it wasn't, like it was a college town, so it wasn't super small. But it was, you know, it's different than this. I feel like you guys have an advantage because like coming here, like if you grow up here, you're not as tweaky. You know, you're kind of used to it. But like coming here from the outside, from like a calm town, is an adjustment.
People neurotic, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's already a little neurotic, but I mean, yeah.
What's up, Dominican boy?
What made you do it?
Do what? Chop my beard off? I got some gum stuck in there.
Oh, that's right. You used to have a beard.
Yeah, I had a huge beard. I chopped it off yesterday.
Yourself?
No, James. When he cut my hair, I asked him to bring it down.
So James cuts your hair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see your cigar box there. Your humidor.
Yeah.
What do you smoke?
I like Rocky Patel's.
I remember these. I don't anymore. Macanudos or something.
Oh,
Or that's a
Macanudos?
kind,
Yeah,
right?
it's
That's like a
brand.
style. Is it a brand?
I'm not sure. Macanudo? I'm not sure. I'm not
I'm
sure
not
if it's
either.
a brand or if it's a style. But yeah, I like Padrones also, but they're kind of pricey. Padrones, this the square press 19, what is it, vintage 1967 or something? They're really good.
Have you ever had like a Cuban? You're from the Dominican Republic.
No, there is.
Honduras?
Mm-hmm.
Where did I get Honduras?
We all look alike.
I knew that was coming. You can't fuck that up. Do they make cigars in Honduras, right?
Yeah, they do. Rocky Patel.
Like good ones.
Yeah, they make good cigars there. Dominican Republic makes great cigars too. I was there, what was it, last year?
You went back to Dominican Republic for a funeral, though. That's why.
No, I was in Honduras. I went to Honduras for the funeral. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's nuts over there, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Why?
You ever seen the movie City of God?
Huh.
Oh, man. It's just nuts. it's just like it's just a lot of violence. It's like a war zone over there. And there's San Pedro Sula is a city. Look it up.
All right.
It's like the myrtle capital of the world for like so many years.
Yeah.
It's just insane over there. The weird part when I went over there is just like, it's that because it's been so bad for so long now that it's just a norm. Like people are just like,
Yeah.
putting like duck faces on Facebook too, like doing things like they do here. But yeah, I don't get it. That's when I feel like there's no hope anymore. Like it's just desensitized.
Yeah. You get used
to the
to
lunacy around them.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you cut people's, like you got people that come in, they want free haircuts?
Free?
Mm-hmm.
No, I never get people.
You don't get people hassling you for...
No, but I've given. I give free cuts. Like if I have somebody hit me up and they be like, "Yo, man, I'm sure, right?" You know, if it's somebody I know and stuff like that, if or a client, right?
Yeah.
I'll definitely do the.
Is it like being a doctor? Like if you're out and your friends are like, "Man, I need a cut," at the last minute. You ever have to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
You carry like your little bag with you? Like,
yeah, I could just pack this up and just go. But I try not to do that part. Like,
yeah.
I try, because I've done that in the past and it just, I can't do that no more.
Yeah.
Like before I opened up shop, I used to give a whole bunch of free cuts, like just all the time before I opened up my shop. But one thing I've learned, if you don't value what you do,
right,
nobody's gonna value what you do.
True. Yeah, that's so true.
So
that's so true.
Helping is one thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it could be confused.
Right. It's so true.
Yeah, I've learned through a hard way. I had people that I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, comedy's weird that way though. Like you get paid. It's like feast or famine. Frankly, I don't even know. A comedy, man, everybody wants... I'm so disillusioned with comedy. I hate even talking about it. I'm depressing. But, like, when I do it, I'm good. But, like, talking about it, I get all bitter. And
what do you like about it?
I mean, I like just that, the moment of doing it. Like, I don't want to be on TV. I don't care about that shit. Like, I just like being in a room with people and doing that thing, Mm-hmm. That's my favorite. You can't capture that on TV.
No.
Like, it's, people think they know what comedy is, but if they don't go to a club and see like somebody just crush and in a room with a low ceiling, it's a totally different, you can't reproduce that on TV. The room shakes, you know? It's just fucking spooky to see somebody just murder in that kind of setting. I love that. That's the best. And, but yeah, I like that. There's just so many people doing it right now.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I feel the same with like in the hip hop scene.
Right.
You just got so many, because now it's a lot cheaper.
And so many people are so good at promoting themselves. That's what's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
I don't quite know how to do that.
Me neither. I'm like that whole. I'm like the word. People make fun of me, man. I'm serious. I'm like horrible when it comes to like even checking my emails and stuff.
But I gotta remember though, because like these people, they look super slick and they look like they got all this credit or whatever. But then you go see them and they're not funny, you know. And but it's just whatever. That's what some people want. They just want a lot of followers. They want a lot of likes. And don't get me wrong, I like likes. I mean, it feels kind of good, but it's not the same as like in real life, you know, laughs or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy too. It's just I love that whole.
I like doing this a lot because I don't have to be funny. Like I can be funny sometimes, but it's just like a natural. Yeah, it's natural. It's not natural to be funny all the time. It's stupid. It's insane. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's annoying. I
Now,
used to
are you
think
expected to be funny all the time?
No. I mean, it's like when I first started, it was like people would be like, you could tell people like wanted to see if you were funny, and I would kind of be like, all right, I'll dance like a little monkey and try to be funny. But you know, it's the same. It's like, you know how you need your barbershop to be a barber. You need like the environment for stand up, really. Because it's easy. You know, it's easier to be funny like out in the world, you know, around your friends. But like when people know, like, all right, then they paid to come see you, it's a totally different. And plus, they don't love you automatically unless you're like a big, you know, draw. Like they're kind of skeptical.
No. Have you ever like let's say when you went to go perform like some comedy, have you ever had like somebody go perform from like, you know, this generation of like you could be whatever you want to be when you grow up, you know, those trophy generation?
Yeah.
And then like they suck and they don't know how to respond. They don't know how to react to it.
It's justice. That's my favorite part about
awesome,
comedy.
man.
It's the actual act of it is pretty just. Because audiences, they can't laugh if it's not, yeah. They literally don't. They can't. Yeah, I love that.
That's awesome. I gotta see that. You should just record a whole bunch of that shit like that.
Rule number
like just
one.
That pain, like that whole, like that like that reality smacking them in the face. Like your parents lie to you.
Yeah, my friend Dan said, like we were talking about this the other day. There is a certain feeling of like people are just starting out where like if they're not doing well, they're expecting the audience to praise them for being courageous.
Yeah. Like what the fuck? This is
you don't get that. Nobody loves you or cares about you. That's like rule number one. First rule is you're not funny, and the second rule is nobody likes you, and like that's kind of where you have to start. You know, I don't mean that sounds pessimistic, but they don't owe you anything.
Mm-mm.
You know. I like that. It's kind of sick, but I mean, I do like that. Because it feels good when you connect to people and they don't, you know, they make all kinds of assumptions about you. I don't like to wear glasses, you know.
You don't like to wear them?
No, because that's another thing. Like, they make assumptions if you wear glasses. But I grew up listening to Cosby, and that kills me because I can't tell that story anymore. Like, that was the first thing I listened to, was Himself. Do you know that album? It starts with dentists tell you not to pick your teeth with any sharp metal object, and then they come at you with an iron hook. You know that album? You don't know that? Anyway, that was how I learned about comedy. And now it's like, you can't even bring up Cosby. He's so evil. But, I don't know.
You feel like
it sucks.
We become too sensitive and shit?
Well, I mean, he seems like the more shit that comes out about him like that. I mean, people kind of always knew this stuff. I didn't. Like, it wasn't just about sensitive. I don't know about all that, man. Yeah, people are sensitive. You can feel it though. Like what freaks me out is just it's like it's not even your take on a topic that people they get their back up even if you say the topic. Like if you say the word rape, it's not what you said, it's that you said it. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, because now it's like they created it it's now it's like you're gonna get charged by mental crimes, like
yeah,
you
man,
know what I mean,
thought crime,
and the one who thought crime, and the one who's convicting you is yourself. So you have this hurdle of like 1,000 filters before anything comes out of your mouth. That's what's happening,
right?
Now, you know, and it shouldn't be like that.
No,
it shouldn't be like that. I remember growing up, right? The neighborhoods over here was so segregated. Like you hit 65th Street. Once you cross the Gowanus, on the other side of 65th, it was like an all-Italian neighborhood. I'm talking about like, you would think like there was like a brick wall, you know, that separated all of us.
Yeah.
And then this neighborhood was, for the most part, just like Latin. And it was like that, pockets of different neighborhoods. Red Hook was black. It was like, you know, then it started getting mixed. But it was just little pockets of neighborhoods, you know, like that, separated by race. And, but it was like a song and dance. People knew how to coexist. People knew how to, and I feel like you can't see that stuff now. You can't even.
No.
You know, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
Not being able to say what you.
Yeah, now it's created now. I feel like that's what, especially like the TV, they teach you things to be offended by. You know, like if you probably won't get offended over something, but you keep watching TV long enough, you'll find like 10 new things that you'll find offensive.
Yeah.
And it creates like such a tension.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of it's good though. Like people have gotten better. Like especially with comics, like they can't get away with cheaper jokes anymore. But I kind of like that. But yeah.
I went to this comedy club in Times Square. You know those guys that they give out the
Barker or yeah.
Man, it was horrible. It's like every other joke was about
those are terrible
like
shows.
A dick joke or coming or farting. It was like, come on. And if one guy said a joke and you know people like laughed at it, it's like that's the one that they grabbed on. You know, they held on like the
these
material.
These people like coming. Like, okay, they want to hear cum jokes.
They want to hear more cum jokes. I got some cum jokes for them. Yeah.
It's weird. This is so weird doing this. It makes you realize how much you want to like nod your head when you're talking, and I can't wave my arms. It's funny though. It makes me realize it. It's weird because what you do, I was thinking about this, like you don't really get to make eye contact too, and like that's a big part of conversation.
Yeah,
right?
that's weird. I don't make too much eye contact. No, I don't. You know, it's actually weird sometimes if I'm shaving somebody and they're looking right in your eye. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
That is uncomfortable. Too much eye contact is uncomfortable.
It's like,
that's a really funny image. But that's scary. You got a knife to someone's neck.
Yeah, I'm about to put one right next to yours right now.
You're going to cut my neck? You going to do that? I mean, shave my neck?
You want to shave the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shave it.
Yeah.
Well, this is long enough to shave.
Let's do that. Can we? It's weird, though. It goes every different direction.
Yes, I see the bottom grows upward.
Can you handle that? You're a professional.
Yeah, I got you. I won't shake too much, promise.
You'll have to talk. I won't be able to talk.
All right. So Sweeney Todd special is.
One of the first barbers I went to, he ran a book. He had a book, you know, like gambling.
What book?
You know,
like gambling?
Yeah, and he had Playboys and stuff, so you could look at. He had like a drawer. His regulars knew, you know, so they just kind of asked him.
They're just asking for the Playboy book?
Yeah. But he would take bets though too, you know. It took me a while to figure that out.
How'd you find out?
As I got older, I heard that was like a thing that like sometimes barbers would do that.
Are you
asking
me if I've run a book?
No. See, now it sounds like an accusation.
What was like your worst thing? Like your worst,
My worst bit?
moment on stage?
Oh my god. It depends. There's different kinds of bad moments. Do you mean like getting heckled, or do you mean like bombing?
Yeah, bombing.
I did a show in Montana one time, and a lady took her top off in the front row, and there was only like 5 people there, and that's weird. Like if it's a big show and someone takes their top off, that might be different, but that was
Like
fucking
so
weird.
she flashed you?
I wasn't even on it. I had opened for this other guy, and I saw her flash him, but it. See, now I can't talk.
No, go ahead.
That's not even my worst. I'm trying to think of something.
Hold on, wait. She flashed him, and what happened when you got on stage? She was already
So I
aired out.
No, I mean that happened after. That whole experience was bad. It was a casino. It's called the 5 Mile Casino, so it's 5 miles outside of Butte, Montana. It was a paid gig, like they put you up in a hotel and everything. But I mean, have you ever seen one of those little casinos
No.
where they have like they're sad. They're really sad little casinos. Like there's a guy with a breathing machine. I seriously tripped on this guy's breathing machine on the way out the door, and the lights were really bright. That's no fun. Like it looked like there had been an eating contest in there. Like they had that black plastic garbage bag all over the tables. That was a nightmare. That was bad. But yeah, there's different kinds of bad. So I guess I don't know.
Now, do you find yourself like people always asking you what's your worst moment? Do you hear that a lot? Like people always want to know like your worst moments on stage, or do they ask?
They usually want to hear like a story about getting heckled.
Yeah, right. Why is
Yeah.
that? People love that shit.
Yeah, that's like part of the show. They love seeing that. Oh, my worst moment. I opened for a guy named Doug Stanhope. Do you know who he is? He's a big comic, and my ex-girlfriend came and sat in the front row on meth and heckled me. That was rough.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's actually mostly your friend.
Sounds like home to me.
Yeah.
It's foreplay, my house.
I know. We stayed together another month. I can't talk with this washcloth on me.
Have any sensitive spots?
What do you mean, like, on my face?
Yeah.
No,
When
I
you
think-
shave that, no?
I think so. What's that Coen Brothers movie about the barber? Did you see that one?
Is that the one with Billy Bob Thornton?
And like the guy, like there's that scene where he cuts the guy's neck and blood goes everywhere.
Oh shit! No, I don't think I've seen that one.
What's that movie?
Is it Coen's brother movie?
Yeah. It's one of their movies.
I've seen a scene like that in Eastern Promises. That's not it, right?
No.
You see that?
Yeah.
Rip that guy's neck open.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
I like
dope.
them. Yeah.
Turned him into a Pez dispenser.
What about you? What's your worst haircut?
That I've given somebody?
Yeah. Your worst experience. Like, did you have someone's like all their hair fall out or something?
No. Let me see. My worst experience. Let me think. Let me see.
Hair, believe me?
That one. That was the friend. The one I didn't know. The one that I was just learning on him. I'll think of one. Like the ones that are really tough for me are like, I've had some that I had to cut some people's hair like when they were on the way to a funeral.
Oh yeah.
Those are like, it's a lot of tension, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with somebody like I joke with. Put air in your cheek.
What?
Yeah. Well, let's look. Buck. What's up, brother? Good, man. How you been?
I'm good, man. Chilling. You know, and
Appreciate you coming by, man.
I love for you, brother.
You know that, brother. You know that.
Always praying for you and the shop and the family.
Appreciate it.
What's your name?
Bucky,
Bucky Andy.
I see you start heading out.
Hey, Buck. Yo, my brother. Love you, kid.
Take care, man. Thanks, man. I don't have to shave again for another month, right?
That was a tough beard, man. I felt like I was wrestling. Like a baby bear or something. Was it one of those beards that after I shave him, I'm like, man, thank God I don't have a beard like that. Gotta wrestle with that thing every day. How shaving in the morning is tough, or
I don't
you
shave
got it
every
down
day
pat, no?
because I mean I kind of got it figured out, but
Careful, I got it right by your jugular. Hold on a second. Don't get nervous. I've only slipped like 10 times last week.
I'm not using a straight razor.
You know how to use a straight razor?
Mm-mm.
See, this is the most dangerous area right here, so be careful. I don't want to slip here. It look like a scene from Kill Bill.
You can't make people laugh when you got a razor. That's cruel, man.
Oh, it's the best. I love it.
Thanks for doing this, man.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. All right, man.
It's good there.
Yeah, thank you.
All sales are final.
That's Eric Aleman, owner of the King of Kings Barbershop in Sunset Park. I hope that if you're in New York and you can get down there, I hope that you do. I love that place. His group is called BLKLYST. If you get a chance and you want to check it out, it's BLKLYST. And I would say he is as talented with hair as he is with rhymes. Can I say that, Eric? You can't see my hair, but you can hear Eric's words, and I'm okay with my hair. I think it's good. Also, I forgot to pay him, Eric. I forgot. I'm sorry. He gave me a full shave and everything, and so I'll get you back next time, buddy. Promise. Thanks for letting me figure out my life with you from underneath that hair cape I was wearing. Look, it's been a month since my last episode. I'm aware. Been doing a lot of recording. I've recorded about 8 more episodes that are coming, and I'm hoping now, I think we've got some support to do these every week. But I could use your help, to be honest, if you're down. If you're not interested, please. I don't want your money. But patreon.com/YarnworthPod. If you want to contribute, it's sort of a public radio kind of model. I don't want to put ads in this show. I really don't. So, anyway, this is my cross to bear. But if you'd like to chip in, certainly would love that. And I've got some other people who help me with this show, and I'd like to maybe be able to pay them here at some point. As usual, we had help this week with music from Aaron Campbell, Vince Fairchild at WNYC for production help as usual, editorial support from Tasha Matsumoto and Ali Pearl. I'd also like to thank Mr. Jeff Zimmerman for coming over last night and cheering me up. That was a huge help. I have a neighbor, you know? I have neighbors. I've had a lot of people cheer me up. But it's been a rough month. I gotta be honest with you. February. I don't think I'm different from other people. Maybe, I don't know. It does seem to be a little bit more crippling for me. I went off antidepressants, and so that is not fun. And I feel for you if you're out there doing that. Wellbutrin. It's like your body is just... It's like electricity. It feels like a long hangover. Like a hangover without the drinking. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Oh, tune in next week. Katina Correo. I'll go with her to an audition. It's pretty funny. And she's awesome. And I really enjoyed talking to her. We recorded over the course of a few months. So it's another good one. And we've got episodes coming that I think are even better than what's come out so far. So I hope you'll keep listening, and I hope you'll like keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, or whatever Casey Kasem used to say. Yeah? No. I just want to have some energy. Is that too much to fucking ask? Oh my God! Hello! It's gonna get better. I'm gonna be happy at some point. I'm worried that people are gonna leave me because I really have the market cornered on sadness and depression right now. So hopefully you guys can make the transition with me. All right, bye. I'll see you next week. I love you. Love thee. I love thee.